So we're going to switch it up right here. We're going to go on to our next one.
What is it?
Agree or disagree?
Yes.
I've been waiting all night for
crazy?
this.
Tony's been waiting his whole life to play this.
I haven't. I've screwed up on that thing about 3 times in a row, and I hadn't screwed up on that one. Let's go.
Nice.
There you go,
Why
Ricky.
you jinx yourself, bro?
All
Because
right.
I was saying agree to disagree. I was like, what?
Audio listeners out there, we are holding up some signs. There is a thumbs down that's red for we don't agree. Thumbs up if we do agree, and then we'll obviously expand on the topic. Now, Tony, if you've listened before, these might be about video games, it might be on nerd culture, it might even be about something controversial. Did I say that wrong? Controversial? He disagrees. I don't like it. Yeah. What we got,
All right,
Curtis?
we're going to go on to our first one. Custom painted fabricated consoles look tacky and cheap.
Oh, okay. So I've seen some people talk about this because you see, consoles are great. Then you see people who do all the custom jobs, which are great, but also some people think that it's like a little bit of a defacement to it.
Wait a second. Are we going to agree or disagree here, guys?
Okay. I'm going to say I disagree. Ooh,
I
Tony.
agree.
Okay,
Tony
Mr.
agrees.
Purist. We got a thumbs up, a
Yes.
thumbs down, and Ricky.
Yes, I disagree as well.
So the odd man out has to explain yourself. So you think they can look tacky?
They can look tacky.
Explain.
I just appreciate everyone's artisticness and behind it, right? And everyone's little personal touch to it. Whether it's like a transparent, clear, N64.
So you're saying you like them?
I kind of like them.
Oh, so you want to put a thumbs down? then, bro.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Wow. First time screwed. Hey, Curtis, can you schedule in a different guest next time?
Yeah. One that speaks English better.
We already had Gabble on, bro. Don't worry, bro. We couldn't have gone any more downhill from there, bro. No, but go on. I like that you were saying about transparent. I like that.
Yeah. So I just appreciate that about everyone's personal touch to it. But I think when you said purist too, I'm a little bit of a purist.
Okay.
Like a lot of my consoles, I just want to keep it as is.
Ricky?
I mean, after watching, you've seen Russ's stuff.
Yeah.
I really like Russ's consoles. But that being said, there's great consoles, custom work on a ton of consoles I've seen. But there's just some janky ones I've seen, and it kind of had me in the middle. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna say yes or no, because I've seen some consoles that got just wrecked, or they just paint it like they try to make their own theme, and I'm just like, dude, you missed it. But I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I'm there with you, Ricky. There's been some, obviously there's something special about those beautiful arts and those beautiful style, and they create, a Metroid world on the console, and you're like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But then every once in a while you get one, and you feel bad, but you don't want to say anything. Like you said, you're at a convention, like, check out my custom console, and I'm like, this piece of garbage? This looks so bad. It's so hard to because art is art, right? And really,
Right,
I'm sure
right.
there was someone who saw Picasso and was like, this is stupid, So
One of my favorites actually I saw at SoCal Gaming Expo. Who were the new owners? Riff, Ricky, Lance, and Chris out
Let's
there.
go,
Was
boys.
the Star Wars
was cool.
Millennium Falcon Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
that was
cool.
awesome.
That's where I say that goes above and beyond
Yeah.
what consoles should look like.
I think it's more of a question for the purists if it's defacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say there's like certain consoles like that I love, Angry Video Game Nerds.
The Nintendo Nintoaster.
Oh my gosh, I love that thing.
Nintoaster.
Gosh.
What?
Nintoaster.
Nice.
Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it.
Bro, he's got a toaster, a top-loading toaster, and he puts in his NES games, and that's how it plays.
Yeah, it's pretty
No
sick. I'm like, dude, I
way.
want that.
Yes.
I'm surprised you haven't seen AVGN very much.
I do watch him, but not as religiously as others.
Okay.
You could just say you don't watch them. It's okay.
I do watch.
Because honestly, I would just be like, who? Like, I'm gonna be
watch him?
honest.
No, I do watch him.
No.
He's great.
He's
Okay,
great.
so I'm not,
He's
there's
funny.
nothing against it. I just don't. It's not my concept.
James, if you heard that, don't worry about him. Come on the podcast.
Yeah. Dude, dang it. Anyway, on to our next one. Nintendo has a long-term nostalgia hold on people.
Oh, man. Thumbs up.
Agreed.
We
Yeah.
just got a triple thumbs
yeah.
up. I guess I'll start on this one. Nintendo, man, I don't know how they did it compared to every other company out there, right? There's Xbox, there's PlayStation, there's or whatever. There's all these companies. And Nintendo, man, their IPs were just so good. By the way, I know it's going to be old news by the time people hear this. Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario.
yeah.
He's done.
Retired.
No way.
He's done as the voice of Mario.
Yeah.
Did hear that?
Thank you for all the wahoos, my friend.
That's because you praise Chris Pratt so much, too.
I don't think Chris Pratt's the replacement.
No.
Yeah, Chris, we need a little more Italian accent, a little less.
I'm sure there was part of him though. It was like, will I get like called like a racist if I do it too much?
True.
That's
true.
that fine. You don't know anymore in the world. Like it's almost like if you do it, people are gonna be like racist. But if you don't do it, people are like, come on, he's Italian. So it's
True.
hard to hear, man. It's like all of our childhood, man. It's just like Charles Martinet, R.I.P. Pee Wee, man. It's like, dang.
That was
Yeah.
That was recent. That was the first time in a very long time I actually was like, not that I want people to die, but I was like, dang, when I heard Paul Rubens died. Because that was a huge part of my childhood. Even part of the reason I think I'm so stupid and goofy. And it was the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure was 85, which is the year I was born. So,
Dang.
but what was the question?
Go on, Ricky. We're all just in like Nintendo nostalgia.
Yes, Ricky. Does Nintendo have a stronghold on our feelings forever towards?
I think most of us here. Did you start off with Nintendo?
I did. Yeah.
So we all started off with Nintendo, so it's like a different beast for us. It's like Mario. It's always gonna be Contra, Metroid. It's just,
Yep.
dude, whatever you start off with, it gets you so good. That's why all my kids, I started with the Nintendo first.
It hits,
I'm
man.
hoping
Oh,
it'll
wow.
get them.
Did you start them on the Switch or did you start them on something different?
The only one I started them all with Nintendo, even Mav.
Yeah.
So I just like I don't know. I feel like you should progress.
Yeah.
Like go Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64. I think.
Start them at Pong.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, but Atari with the Atari thing, dude.
Well, I want to talk. Let Tony answer his first.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, if you watch the latest Mario movie, I mean, you just see so many little Easter eggs from like
So good.
Super Smash, Mario Kart, and all this stuff, and they're just really building this like long-term hold on us, right? And I think they also open up the door to so many different movies that they can make, and I think you guys talked about that in another podcast too. So I won't dive deep.
One that Curtis was going to say that Atari just announced. By the time you guys see this, it'll be like a month and a half old. But Atari just announced they're remaking their 2600 console.
Oh, I saw
But
that.
they're remaking it as a 2600 console with HDMI. And yes, there was some good reception, some bad reception. But immediately I text the group and I'm like, do you know what would happen if the NES did that? Not an NES Classic, not an NES Mini. Re-release the NES, plays all the NES original hardware, original cartridges as HDMI. It would sell so freaking wild. It would go insane. The market would go insane in the collecting world.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting. And that just shows they have a stronghold.
And I think what Ben said, some of the features on it is that you could play the original carts from the 5200 or what is it?
On the
Or 78
Atari
is
one,
a 7800 and the original.
you
like,
can play
2600.
multiple. There's two.
That's kind of like insane hardware. That's like kind of thing like what Analog was doing. That's what
Yeah.
Ben loves. So.
But I almost would say if Nintendo did it, I wouldn't want one that plays the NES and Super Nintendo.
No,
I just want
separate.
You just want a separate one?
NES. Give me an NES. Give me an SNES.
N64.
I always say, bro,
all
you
day,
guys
dude.
start releasing like Mario 3 original cartridge again, just as it is, straight up, nothing changed. Original, just, bro.
Nintendo.
People are gonna buy it up.
Oh,
They should still go for the N64 minis with all the colors. I'll buy them all.
I think they'll.
Take
get
my
Oh
there.
money.
wow!
I think they'll get there.
that'd be kind of crazy though. All right, we're gonna go on to our next one. Having a healthy diet is difficult.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Dude, what am I just on
Very
like a
difficult.
Grease city? Like,
That's good. Hey,
I love it though. You guys all have pretty much similar
so
visions.
as a guy who probably has a disorder of thinking too much about like health and all that stuff, I think about it so often what I'm eating, and I think the biggest problem with it is that the word diet, right? I think that's what makes it hard. It just has to become a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Plain and simply, like running for me, I've said it a million times. I run 6 miles a day. I never miss, but it's just part of my life. You know, I said earlier that's my break is to go run.
Right.
It's just part of my life. Anything you do in a diet, and they always say like it takes 20 days to get used to it. Liars. Liars. I am like 30 days deep of taking my fasting even a little more extreme and not drinking soda. It's gotten nothing but harder. And
Yes.
I wasn't trying to like lose weight or anything. I lost 15 pounds in the last month doing it. And I wasn't even trying to do that. I was just like,
This is an extra 15 pounds from the
Yes.
time. Really?
oh, I am chiseled right now.
Wow.
he did, dude. He's been like on it. Like literally, he will not eat until 11.
Yeah, these guys are like, oh, we going to lunch after
Are we-
swap meet? I'm like, I can't go anymore, bros.
No.
Dude, it was
Yeah.
like a kick in the nuts, dude. It was like, oh, we lost riff time.
Well,
What about you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I eat so much junk food.
What's your favorite food? What's your
Like-
go-to? Can I stereotype?
I mean, it's not going to work out for you.
I was gonna say say burritos.
Oh, that's a
What
close
were you
one.
thinking I was gonna say?
Fried
Asian
rice.
food? Like chow mein?
I said fried rice. Probably.
No, I really love like pizza and like candy. I eat so much candy. I stress eat a lot. I don't know about you guys. I'm just like,
I used to.
Is,
Like
it,
at
is
work.
it just something that's just something easy for you to like get a hold of?
no, I think it's just like it hits like
Yeah.
you know, release the serotonin. It makes you feel good, man. You know, it's like for me to like when I'm stressed out to eat a salad rather than like a bag of candy or like a
Rabbit food, dude.
burrito.
What's your candy?
Oh man, I love sour gummy bears.
Ooh, mamma mia.
Yeah, what about you guys? Favorite
What's
candy?
What's your go-to?
The watermelon Sour Patch.
Ooh,
So much for you guys
Can I
having good
stereotype?
diets.
Yeah.
You like the watermelon that have like the
tahini
chili
on
pepper
it.
on it? The tahini
I actually
on
used
it.
to love
Those are so good.
Those are so good.
So good.
I
Or
wouldn't
the
know
mango
anything
one.
about that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the mangoes. Oh
It's
man.
so
You talking about that Tajin stuff?
Oh my gosh.
that you
What
see
is
at
that?
you know what I don't like though that in
What?
like Mexican culture, those little like powder cakes. They have like the rose on them.
Rosa. Yeah.
Bro, those are
Powdered
disgusting,
cakes?
bro.
They're-
You like them? Don't say you don't, bro.
No, I do like them, but I think I grew up with them, so that's why I like them. Even they're
I
because
don't
there's
like
like a
those
little
either.
pudding thing too. Duvalin.
Ew.
Yeah.
I tried it again. I'm like, oh god, this is not what I remember.
As far
it to
as
be
I like with like the Mexican candies, it's the tahine stuff.
Yeah.
but I'm not
100%.
down with any of like the others. I never like the pastries they have. They always sketch me out.
Which? Oh, you mean like the?
The
There's,
rosas for
like
sure.
clowns
Yeah.
on them and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I-
Yeah, yeah, I didn't like those either.
They use a lot of marshmallows. I really
Oh,
hate
see, I don't like-
marshmallows.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, God, why do you guys use so much
Gabo
marshmallow?
loves marshmallow.
Really?
He's like, I got this Mexican candy as marshmallow. he loves.
Like plantains.
All right, we're gonna go on to our next one. Buying a limited edition version of a game is worth the hype. I like it. This one's a good
This is
one.
a tough one. This is a tough one for sure. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say yes.
Tony says yes. Ricky,
I'm gonna say no.
okay.
Here.
Explain yourself. You would say the limited edition
Okay,
games are
here
worth
you
the
go.
hype. Let's hear it.
I think because they're limited edition and because I think with all other like consumer good products, they're just so overproduced nowadays. For collectability wise, if they're really truly this limited release, it would theoretically be worth it in the long run.
Got it. I like
But
that.
that's my thought.
I would say for me, like, I wanted to say yes to because I do love limited stuff, right? Like I've said
Mm-hmm.
before, if the Super Mario RPG that's coming out is limited edition, I'll pay $400 for whatever it is. But
Dude, I'm about to start scalping if you're paying those prices. I'm just kidding. I would never.
it's just, I don't know. Something about them is always worth it in the moment to me. And then once I play it, I'm like, man, I could have played this on any hardware. Or not any hardware, but like I could have just bought the game, right?
Oh, okay.
I was thinking more game. You might be thinking like the statues or something as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking like limited release, but you're
limited
saying
run games.
Well, yeah, limited run games, but you're saying limited edition, kind of
so
like,
like basically
Yeah,
the things
either
that
or.
come
You
with
can still,
the
we can still
package,
converse
Okay,
it out,
okay.
however.
or like
Okay,
the
then
steel
I'll
books
switch.
and all that.
Ricky,
Okay, got it.
Why'd you switch?
switch your
Because I do love because I figured it was mainly like the limited run stuff. But if you're talking about like Zelda Big Box or like a Mario Crazy Big, like you said, Mario RPG, if they come out with it, take my money. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think they are, aren't they?
You guys,
On the
They
Switch?
better.
I'm pumped now. I'm about to buy them all out.
Thanks, scalpers.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
I would say that it definitely varies between like what system
True,
you're buying
yeah.
for too. Because
True,
like
yeah.
I have no care for PlayStation 5 stuff, right?
I feel like if it's something you're really passionate about too, then I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
But just like on the broad spectrum of me being like, I collect limited edition or limited type variant boxes isn't necessarily my thing. But again, I'll pay up if it's something like when I see certain limited boxes of things and people are like, dude, that's sick, that's worth money, or it's a great thing. And I'm like, eh. But like stupid Nintendo, the limited Mario.
Always.
I'll pay anything.
Take my money.
I love that voice.
Stupid idiot. Oh, I'll take it.
Dude, that is literally one of my favorite riffs. Oh,
Well, you know what I picture? I always picture me as a kid. That's always what I think I sounded like to my mom. I remember doing that about Wall Street Kid on the NES, a game about like banking. I remember I'm like, oh, mom, the kid looks cool.
it literally just sounds like you're like voice cracking like a grandma. I'll get it.
Oh, yeah.